Well, thank you for coming. It's a very proud moment for me as Executive Director of the Menzies Research Centre. This is the first publication that we put out since I took over the role in July. A think tank is about ideas, and it's about promoting ideas. And for all the excitement and benefit you can get from the internet and from Facebook and everything else we use today, there's nothing that beats a hard copy publication with good, empirical, useful data in it that you can use to push good ideas to get good policy in action. So that was the thinking behind this series, the R.G. Menzies essay. And I'd first of all like to say how privileged we are to have Heather Henderson with us here, so that we can have her with us to give us Menzies' blessing, I guess, on this project, and hope that this in some way it carries on the great tradition of ideas, of liberal ideas that Robert Menzies started and made concrete with the formation of the Australian Liberal Party, or the Liberal Party of Australia, and then of course with that long period of government which built modern Australia, as we know from a recent book. But the Menzies essay series is an idea that we had to get ideas out there, to present a forum for ideas, not necessarily that people have to agree with, but they will, we hope, contribute to the public debate in a positive way from the centre of Australian life, from the centre of Australian politics, the place that Menzies held for so long. Because while there's so much commentary out there, so much talk and chatter, it seems to me what we're crying out for are voices from the sensible centre, and that's what we'll be presenting in the R.G. Menzies essay series as it continues. I'm very proud to say that, slightly embarrassed perhaps to say that in a series which is there to promote the future of Australia, the advance of Australia, the progress of Australia, we have to turn to New Zealand for our first issue. But many people have observed, I think especially since the election of John Key for a third time in August, that something's happening in New Zealand for the last 6 years that hasn't been happening here. While we had 2 terms of Labor government obsessed with personalities, obsessed with the periphery, the frippery of politics, the photo opportunity, the press release, in New Zealand they've quietly been getting on with some serious reform, and in the process equipping New Zealand for this, as we like to call it, Asian century. Oliver Hartwich is a man who is probably one of the best authorities on this. Oliver brings a global perspective to this region and to New Zealand. Oliver started out his life as a staffer in the House of Commons in London. Sorry? House of Lords, even better, even better. Senator, with respect. And then went on to join the Policy Exchange think tank, where he worked with helping David Cameron in opposition with some ideas, some of which I think Cameron accepted, some of which he pushed to one side, but that's by the by. He then came to Australia and worked for the CIS, which is where I and many others of us got to know him, doing some really solid work there, putting the Australian story in the global context, and particularly his analysis where he was comparing Australia with Europe was very sharp and very important at that time. He then went on to New Zealand to head the New Zealand Initiative, which is from where he's come with great authority and great perspective to talk to us about the reforms that the key National Party government has carried out, where New Zealand's heading, and perhaps, dare I say it, in Minister Cormann's presence, there are some lessons there for Australia too. So without further ado, I'll hand over to Oliver the Minister first, and then Oliver to say a few words. Thank you.